Hello, YouTube! Welcome in. We're hanging out with some Gimgam glitz stacker. Hey, I think I kind of did that one. I kind of did it. How Orky would the Team Fortress 2 gits be in Warhammer 40k? Yes. So yesterday we watched a Team Fortress video. We then watched the Fulgrim video, and I figured, you know what? It'd be very fun if we match the two of them together. Let's do both. Anyway. Let's just jump into this one. I have no idea what to expect, except Gimgam's amazing, and I'm excited to see what he has to do. Yeet.
Hey, you gits?
Hi.
So, I was in a bit of a conundrum the other day.
Yeah.
After the last video where I talks about me predecessor, Nazgom, fighting a bunch of scrawnies, with that YouTube scrawny-loving git Mr. Pancakes No Works is, I wasn't sure what I should be doing for me next video. I mean, I got loads of ideas.
I might actually check that one out in a little bit, because that sounds like it'd be really fun. Pancreas made a very good video on Cyphus Kane, and like Gimgam does a very good job on his videos as well. Maybe we'll check out that one later.
But there were two things that I really wanted to talk about.
Right.
I just couldn't decide which of the two things I should go on with. So I left it up to the new boys, knobs, and bosses that were channel members. And these was...
Is them Team Fortress 2 boys Orky? We needs an orc. Explain them space marines. Alright, boys, I can't decide what to talk about next between these two things. It's rattling me brain. So between talking about them Team Fortress 2 boys being Orky, or an orc, me, explains space marines, what you gets want to say? How's my work? Pretty bad, I bet.
Really keen on me doing yet another... Okay!
Yeah.
Specifically on these Umi kids they called the Team Fortress 2 mercenaries. And I mean, already I think...
Quite honestly, these guys are so orky, in my opinion. Just from, like, my dummy, smooth brain understanding of the orcs in Warhammer 40k, but everything that I've ever learned about these guys is just, they're so orky.
I can get behind this. I mean, they's just mercenaries after all. Like, one of the best jobs you could possibly get. I mean, they get paid to fight.
They get paid to fight, they get paid to die, they get paid to be menaces to society, and they do it indefinitely.
I mean, orcs isn't fight for free, but to get paid? So me. I'm making 5 teeth a day to go at it with another identical and every way version of myself. And for a bad mood like me, that sounds so good amazing. But I don't want to get off track too much, so let me just try to focus on the gits themselves. Firstly, I got to say it's kind of weird to see these gits with these colors. I mean, you got an entire team of red boys and blue boys, eh? But the red boys really ain't going much faster than the blue boys, and the blue boys seem to lose a lot more often than the red boys, so...
That's actually a good point. That's actually a very good point. Like, for all intents and purposes, isn't red, like, the main characters in a lot of ways when it comes to Team Fortress? Like, they're always the ones being shown as, like, the main crew and also, like, winning the fights all the time. So... yeah.
How could they be lucky? But I did see a while back that while orcs got different beliefs about colors, you Umi gits got your own perceptions of colors and what they do to Umis. Apparently, red gits is more aggressive, while blue gits is more tactical, trying to do objectives and whatnot. But anyway, let's not get...
I mean, that also makes a lot of sense, and that actually kind of matches up with the Orky beliefs too, right? Like, blue is luck, I believe it was, and red is speed. Well, speed is an aggressive tactic, whereas luck is a very tactical thing. You're wanting to rely a lot on your luck, and you have to manipulate luck in order for that to work. Whereas if you go real fast, you're just going to be in the battle. You're just going to be aggressive.
Too psychological, cause after all, there's so much more with crumping and talking that we could be talking about with these boys. Now, after careful consideration, research, and refined study, I've come to the soggy conclusion that these kits is absolutely okay.
Hell yeah, brother.
Some of them more than others, but I was just absolutely gobsmacked at how orky all these little kits is.
Honestly, I don't think I know a single one of the characters that wouldn't be orky. And yes, that's even including engineer and medic. They might be intelligent, sure, but there's just intelligent orcs. They made a huge freaking teleporter, for God's sake. That is very in line. I guess engineer might be the least orky in a way, but all of his inventions are just like, yeah, let's figure out how to cause the most mischief and problems as fast as possible in the most effective way possible. It's still legal. Whereas medic, I want to put people back together. I don't care how. Let's just make it happen. Let's shove a baboon heart into the heavy. How about that?
You might be thinking, well, if I think that these boys is orky, then that's just because of the weapons that they got, eh?
No.
But no. That's little git thinking right there.
Yeah. I mean, like, this is 40k. All these guys have those weapons, and quite frankly, the only one that's weapon is kind of like very 40k-ish would be heavies. All the other ones are kind of bare bones. Maybe pyros. Maybe pyro would be kind of 40k-ish.
Because there's way more to being orky than your chopper or your slugger. It's even more to do with mentality. See, the stuff in your brain pan is what I really think makes a git orky. But let's start off with this scrawny git right here, Dometic.
Yeah.
As implied, this little skinny git seems like the least orky of the bunch, right?
Nope, not to me. But then again, I've been devouring Orc and Fortress 2 stuff for a while. I don't think he's the least orky at all. He might actually even be more orky than most of the others.
I mean, look at this lanky pinky. No muscle, no bulk, barely any solid teeth. But this kid right here is proper orky when it comes to being a pain boy. Now, if he knows anything about orky pain boys and pain bosses, is that the health and safety of the boys is more like
optional.
a solid suggestion than anything else. When a pain boy sees a busted up regular boy, they don't see some git that needs patching up. They sees an empty canvas of opportunity. While a boy might be coming into a dog shack to get the arm stitched back up, the pain boy would apply the proper orky anesthesia, like a club into the noggin and knock the kid out, and then
That's good. That was a good one.
immediately try to figure out how to improve the boy.
His arm got ripped off before. That's not good. That means his arm is weak. We need to make that better. We need to make it stronger. We need to make it... Let's get a baboon arm.
This usually ends up with the boy not getting their old arm back, but a brand new sogging oversized power claw instead of an arm.
Yes.
Now, look at what this Yumi Pain Boy does with that big and darker boy over there. Firstly, the boys is that he's working on isn't even knocked out.
Yeah, no, that's just impressive.
Don't need it because they got that sparkly stitching up beam that keeps the darker boy alive. How does that sparkly stitching up beam work? No one
Magic!
Soggin knows. The pain boy just thinks that it works, so it Soggin well works.
Yep.
And all the pain boy Yumi medic's got to do is just point this stitching up gun at any of the boys, and they gets patched right back up. Makes no sense for Yumis, right? But for an orc? Yeah, it's a patching up beam. Of course it's gonna patch up boys, it's in the Soggin name. I mean, how okay is that? Well,
Very.
We should just get started. See, it looks like this big darker boy's getting an upgrade to the ticket in their chest. Plugging in some kind of gubbin to their arm, right? Now, why is the Yumi Pain Boy doing this? Cause they got a new thing that they invented, and they just gonna use the darker boy to experiment on.
We're just gonna make it happen. An Orc Pain Boy, also known as a Mad Doc, or just a Doc, is a member of a special class of Orc or odd boys who are responsible for fixing injuries even the highly regenerative Orc physiology cannot repair, such as severed limbs and brain damage, and brain damage, and brain damage, and brain damage. They use stabby bits as their medical tools. Makes sense. An orc will only go to a pain boy when he has no other choice, as these odd boys are infamous for trying out experimental procedures such as the greatly feared squig brain transplant, or on patients while they are under anesthesia, known as a concussion to other intelligent races. Love it. I love them so much. Pain boys are responsible for attaching crude bionics called bionics. Just replace all C's with K's. We're good. to orc patients that have been created by the mech boys. Although sometimes they are not paying attention and replace the wrong part of the patient's body, this is often distressing to the patient, who is the lucky recipient of an exploding leg. Especially if it was his arm that needed attention. Hey doc, I come in here, my arm's hanging off by a thread. Quite literally a thread. Is that one of the blood ones? I think that's a blood thread. Any chance you can patch me up? Sure thing. Okay, he's down. Okay, let's do that. Oh, you know what? This arm's fine. Let's just put some spikes onto it. Reinforce that thread a little bit with a chain. Yeah, there it goes. Now he's got a flail. Now he's got a big flail, meat flail. It's perfect. Ooh, his leg looks a little scraped up. Maybe we should replace that. Okay, let's replace that with a nuclear warhead. Perfect. And that brain's probably no good. He came in here thinking that he had a problem. Let's just pop that out, put a squig in there, and good. Done. Weren't you supposed to put the squig brain in? Nah, the entire squig probably works better. Wake him up, let's go.
And just like the pain boy experience, at first the Zolgan thing don't work. The Docker boys tick
not that you know of.
Explode, so Demoman pain boy's gotta get another one from a whatever that thing.
There's a talking head in the background there. There's a talking head.
And then the Zolgan new transplant goblin thing works. And what's it do? It makes the Zolgan Talker Boy bulletproof.
Yeah.
How does it do this? Why does it do this? Who Zolgan knows, but it works and it's glorious. Alright, remember that time in that comment?
I refuse to believe it's that easy. Anoja, why do people even go to medical school? How'd you separate out all the blood types? Don't worry about it.
Thing where Demetic Pain Boy was able to bring all the other boys back to life after a scrap with some blood-sucking tin boys. Because all they thought was, well, the boys ran out of blood, and there was no internal damage or nothing, so they just tossed more blood back into them gits, and it's fucking well worked. The Pain Boy said it would, and it does, and again, our Orky is dead. Now I could go on and on.
I didn't know that happened. I know about that fight. I know how they won is because the blood-sucking robots tried to drink the blood of Demoman, but it turned out he had replaced all of his blood basically with alcohol because of being such an alcoholic. And it basically smashed the robots.
About this medic Pain Boy, like, not only do they use their doctor's tools as a proper chopper, how just like the Pain Boys, this medic boss uses early syringes as weapons. But I think he gets the picture. Plus, we got like 7 more boys we got to talk about, so let's not waste any more time.
Oh, Sniper. Sniper, I think, might be the least orky. No, actually, probably still the least orky because, you know, he's just kind of sitting up in his tower and waiting for the perfect shot, which seems like would not work for orc personalities, but he's still ridiculous.
Now, speaking of having a right mindset to be proper orky, let's talk about this here pyromaniac.
There we go. Pyro. I thought he was about to zoom in on the engineer, and I was about to eat my words earlier.
Now, this here's a kit that seems to be fueled, no pun intended, on exactly one Zolgan thing. Setting every Zolgan thing that they can find on fire.
Yeah.
A truly dedicated arsonist who experiences no greater joy than when something is blazing bright and hot.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask myself something. How in Cork's best boss hat is that not the exact same way that a burner boy sees the Zolkin world? Because again, it's more than just having a burner on your back. You got to have the mentality too.
You have to have the burner on your back, and everything in front of you needs to be blazing hot and on fire. Because you made it on that way.
To quote the big page of all the wiki know-whats, a burner boy is an orc who cannot stop thinking about setting things on fire. They loves nothing more than burning other people's stuff, and the owners too if they can get to them. These lunatics will set light to anything or anyone for the simple joy of watching them, quote, do the Bernie dance.
The Bernie dance. Wait. You stopped a little too soon here. They can utterly prove utterly lethal to tightly packed or lightly armored infantry. The rolling blasts of the burners, flushing their victims out of the cover.
So
amid...
what I think...
Whoop! My finger twitched. Nyeh. Back you. Victims out of cover amid the sizzle.
So when I thinks about that, and then I look back to this Pyro board, there ain't no Zolkin way that I can't say that these two gits ain't one and the same. Both these gits got the exact same purpose of existence, and that's to set every Zolkin thing they can find on fire. So, if this here Pyro git found their way to a mob of burner boys, I don't doubt for a moment that they would be right at home. Next up, let's see here. Yeah, let's talk about that engineer boy.
Okay.
Now, I think you gits already got the idea of what kind of boy this here git would be. And you'd be right. The engineer is absolutely a proper mech boy. Honestly, probably a big mech if I was just being honest. I mean, Morg's teeth. This Zolkin makes some kind of machine that makes you immortal. Ain't you Zolkin kidding me with that?
It's true.
Not even the biggest Big Mac that I know can make, let alone explain how something like that would Zolkin work. But really, I think this here kit is proper Orky for two reasons most of all. And no, it ain't because this kit makes them dispensers and sentry guns. In all honesty, I think that makes them a bit less Orky.
Yeah, I kind of agree on that.
I mean, come on. Dispensers provide more bullets and ammo and patches boys up. That's Grot's work and Painboy work respectively. And sentries? What proper orc is gonna want some Zolkin machine to do all the darker?
Exactly. That's kind of the main thing that makes me think that engineer might not be that Orky. I mean, he's still Orky. Don't get me wrong. Everybody on the list is Orky. But, like, engineer and sniper probably would be the least Orky of the bunch, in my personal opinion.
Shooting with a shooter in your hands is where the fun really is. Now, what makes this kit Orky, firstly, is the fact that they was the first human to discover teleporter technologies. But when you think about it, Orcs is the only kits in the galaxy that really figured out how to make teleporting work.
Necrons.
The Yumis still can't do it because they's got to travel through the warp, and Scrawnies can't do it neither because they got to go through that web wave thingy.
True.
I guess maybe the bony tin boys can do it, but I can't really tell the difference between them getting smashed and their teleporting going off, so it was all...
I mean, they're one and the same. You smash them, they teleport back home, they get patched up, get a new body, teleport right back in. It's still being teleporting.
The point is, Orcs is the best at teleporting that there is. And this human get figured out how to do it the exact same way. Teleporter pads. And I've got to say too, that aside from the default boomstick that every kit in this game's got, when it comes to the mech boy engineer, all this Zolkin Docker absolutely looks like they was made by a proper orc mech boy. I mean,
true.
Look at this thing with all the wires and gubbins. Or tell me that this Zolkin gun ain't a proper custom blaster.
Fair. I think it probably looks a little bit more like Eldarin or Necron. Personally, maybe a little too fanciful. Maybe one that the orcs found and then kind of like customized. Which, once again, Orky.
Cork's tusks, even to get spanners is used for crumping. Even God's teleport attacking them too. But the big thing, The really big thing that makes this git proper Orky is their right hand. That gunslinger thingy. It is quite literally an Umi-sized power claw, and I ain't gonna hear nothing else about it.
Isn't a human-sized power claw just the power claw that, that old Baelai has?
I mean, look at this Hogan thing. You can't tell me a proper mech boy didn't design and build this thing. Not only that, but apparently this here power claw is insanely killy too. Once the engineer mech boy rips that starter cord in the hand, which, that alone is proper orc mechy right there, their claws start spinning all crazy and can cut down a single git in a single swing.
That's funny.
Wish I had a power claw that was that soggin' killing. Next, let's talk about that sniper Umi.
Okay, yeah, this is the one I want to see what you think about, because he's a little too passive, is the thing. But the fact that he just pisses into jars and throws that at people, like, that just feels orky to me. I don't know why, it just does. Feels vindictive and goofy.
This kid seems like the least orky of the bunch aside from the Painboy Medic, right? But when you look a little bit closer, you can see some true orkiness in this lanky geek.
Oh yeah.
Now, you kids may be thinking that orcs don't do no sniping, but you'd be zogging dead wrong.
I guess the purple one's right.
It's a rare thing to see for sure.
Oh yeah.
But there are a few orcs out there that, aim. Like the sniper boys found in most commando squads. While these kids is raw weird for using scope-big shooters, even our Kenton artifact days is far more accurate than any other orc out there. So, while you might be thinking it's un-orky, even the sniper boy is at least a little bit orky. And that's where some people might end the comparison, but not me, not old Glitzdalker. Because, you see, there's one little detail that a lot of you gits forget. The Team Fortress Sniper Boy is one of the only kits to have a proper shooter. Yeah, it's a bit small, but a shooter is a shooter is a shooter. And this kid's got one of the only shooters with proper Tarka. All the other boys got Tarka really got to aim. So really, this just makes the sniper...
That's fair, like when... I forgot that about his little sidearm being like an auto gun, which... You don't need to aim with that, which is actually very interesting if you think about it, because like the sniper goes from like actually sniping people to just pulling out this thing and just mowing people down without a care in the world.
Or even more orky than the others, save for one, but we'll get to that git soon enough. Next, I think we need to talk about these two boys together, because I think a lot of you kids out there think that Dace is gonna be the same kind of orky.
No.
The soldier and the Demoman look like Dace is the same kind of orc boy, right?
Don't think so. Don't think so. They do very similar things, but they're very different mentalities as well. Because once again, mentalities.
Boys and knobs who specialize in blowing up trucks and tanks and big tin boys, right?
Oh, maybe one of them.
Maybe. But, I mean, it's easy to see that Dace is both manic when it comes to exploding things. I mean, just look at a soldier. This here gets primary method of personal transportation is rocket jumping.
Man, orcs would love to be able to do that.
When you shoot a rocket at your feet and you use the propulsion to fly all over the place to where he needs to go.
Oh, we just saw this clip yesterday.
Why did we Sogan think of that?
Right? What the hell?
Wait, that's wrong, we did. But
No, you're riding the rockets. He's using the explosion to propel himself. You guys are riding the rockets. You're not like using the splash damage to launch yourselves. There's a difference.
The thing with the soldier boy and the demo boy is that they launch around with stick bombs. Not so much like a storm boy, because storm boys is doing a lot of proper flying. These boys is more like leaping. But either way, that's proper orky thinking right there, that is. And really, out of all the TF2 boys, I don't think there's a single kid that loves a fight more than a soldier boy. This kid's got nothing but smiles on their faces as soon as they get stuck in with their rockets.
Bro was refused to be a soldier during, I think it was one of the world wars, and decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go and help anyway. Dropped down, ended up continuing the war for a few extra years after everything's finished, and ended up committing his own little mini genocide. Before everyone found out, oh, Soldier's still doing things. Oh no, we should probably get him back here. Oh no.
Plus, look at this organ thing and tell me it wasn't made by a daft mech boy. A proper scrap-built rocket launcher. Oh, and the Demo Boy. Oh, Zog, how can I forget that this git uses a stick bomb of all things as a melee weapon? It's a bit smaller in scale, but that's the exact same thinking as using an Orky tank hammer. Like, the exact same soaking thing. Now, most gits may stop there and think that that's as all is that these two boys is gits.
No.
These two is just tank busters and that's that. But, no glitz talk.
They small brains. They small, smooth brains. Nope.
See, my brain is wrinkled enough to know that these two ain't just tank busters.
It's a booty. It's a pair of booties.
See, the thing is that the Soldier Boy and the Demo Boy really ain't that much for crumping trucks and tanks, right? Days is mostly focused on boy-to-boy fighting rather than boy-to-wagon fighting. And that's when I realized, these two gits, these is two kind of commando boys. In fact, when you really think about it, just about all these gits could be some kind of commando boy. Firstly, the Soldier ain't really a tank buster than they is a rocket commando boy. Cause while tank busters is good at
each time a model in this unit makes a ranged attack that targets a monster or vehicle unit, add 1 to the hit roll and add 1 to the wound roll.
Trumpet tanks, the Rocket Boy got this ability.
Boom Boy. Each time this operative performs a shoot action during its activation, in the roll attack dice step of this action's shooting attack, if it has not moved during that activation, you can reroll any or all of your attack dice.
To let them reroll all their attacks when shooting. This represents the sheer size of explosions and splash damage that the rockets make, right? Well, considering how much splash damage that the Soldier Boy relies on in this game to fight with, I mean, doesn't that definitely make them more of a rocket commando boy?
True.
And then when it comes to the Demo Boy, what does that get like to do and do best in TF2? Blowing up buildings, right? Like sentries and dispensers and such. Well, the All Commandos got a boy that does exactly that. The Breacher Boy. Now, the Demo Boy ain't got no Breacher ram, but what that git does have is all them sticky bombs that act like mines and that grenade launcher thing, right? Well, look at the back of the Breacher Boy. What do you get?
Dynamite!
Yeah, that's right. Mines and bombs. Just like what with the Demo Boy. And considering the Breacher Boys is all about plowing through.
Each time this operative performs a normal move, dash, or charge action, it can move through parts of terrain features that are no more than a triangle thick, as if they were not there.
Buildings and structures and stuff. I can't imagine that these two gits ain't one and the Zogan same. Now, the next git, the Spy Boy, well, their explanation is both easy, yet complicated at the same time. Because at first I was like, okay, it's very obvious that this git is a Blood Axe Commando, right? Like what with all the sneaking that this git does. But what kind of Blood Axe Commando is they? Because there's a lot of different commandos. See, at first I thought, well, this git loves knives and choppers and such, so maybe Daze is a sticker commando boy. But the thing is,
Slasher Boy, zog me.
the sticker boys ain't got no docker. It's just choppers for days. Well, this boy's got a right proper slug at their side that they can crump easily any other boy with. Not to mention that the sticker boys is more like what that Demo Boy got with their big chopper. They just swing them big choppers all willy-nilly. While the Spore Boy, they crump with their choppers and just one good swing right into Zogger's back. And that's when I realized, the Spore Boy is honestly just the perfect embodiment of the standard Commando Boy. See, Commando Boys, they got a chopper and a slugger, same as the Spore Boy, but regular Commando Boys are the ones that is more likely to use camouflage as well as dressing up like whatever gets Daze's crumpet.
I forgot they have this. They have guys walking around with shields cut out that look like marine armor. It's camouflage. It's so good.
Like biggies and such. That's exactly what the spy boy does in TF2, using their stealth time teller to hide as well as dressing up as other gits on the enemy team. Like, it's well zogging weird that this lanky git does such a good job at representing the commandos as a whole, but my Gork's great grin doesn't really seem to work out that way. It's right weird. Next, let's look at this scout boy, and really, this kid ain't...
Doesn't need anything. Does Scout need any kind of understanding about why he's Orky?
so much a proper boy as they is a grot. I mean, come on. Daze is obviously shorter and lankier than the rest of the Merc boys. Not to mention that Daze got the least amount of health of any of the Merc boys too. But if there's one thing that a good grot knows how to do, it's how to get the Zog out of dodge when something dangerous is coming. And that's what the...
But Scout's one of the most aggressive characters in the game. Like, the entire idea is for him to run in and actually get himself into so much trouble.
The Scout grot does the absolute best. I mean, if nothing else, I think the Scout grot is more like a commando grot than anything. Not only is the commando grot...
Let's see here. Yeah. I wanted to read this, the sneaky Zogger. This operative cannot have an engage order cannot have an engage order. Huh. In addition, this operative is always treated as having conceal order, regardless of any other rule. Example, vantage point. He has a grappling hook, blah blah blah. Okay. Grot chopper.
Not only is the commando grot speedy and hard to kill, but Daze is also really cool at getting around stuff. Like able to jump and climb to other places that other boys can't, right? Well, that's exactly what the Scout grot does, ain't it? Jumping around, being infuriating to hit, cause Daze is so small and weedy.
True.
Not to mention, the Scout grot's got the same comparable talker. A grot-sized boomstick and grot blaster, really. But don't take that as an insult, cause even a grot blaster can crump an enemy quite easily. And just like the Scout grot, grots is as deadly not because of the size of their talker, but because of how small and weedy them little gits is. I know some of you gits is gonna say that the Scout grot is a speed freak, worth being speedy and drinking questionable liquids to become even more speedy, just like how speed freaks drinks petrol, promethium, and other vroom juice to go fast.
They drink gas to make themselves faster? That's amazing.
But this kid is just too scrawny to be proper Orky. Ain't tough enough neither. But now it comes to me favorite.
But he uses bats. He uses, like, smashy stuff. He has... I don't know. Just because he's scrawny just means he's a little, you know... I mean, Medic is scrawny, and you still said that he was Orky. Mm-hmm. Agreed. Yeah, right? Mm-hmm.
One Merc boy whose Orkiness goes above and beyond.
He might as well be one.
That is incomparable to any other human kid that I've ever seen thus far. I speak, of course, of the Heavy Talker Flash Kit. First of all, the Heavy Talker Flash Kit is the absolute biggest of the...
My name is Heavy Weapons Guy. Heavy Talker Flash Kit.
So not only does that make them first place in terms of who's the most Orky, but more than that, Flash Kits is knobs, and knobs is bigger than most other boys. That's why they lead mobs of boys. And considering the Heavy Talker Flash Kit is the face of TF2...
Heavy Talker Flash Kit. That gets me every time. I love the name.
That makes this kit even more proper Orky. But there's so much talking more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Not only is the Heavy Talker Flash Kit big, but they also sound more Orky than any other of the Merc Boy kits.
True.
Russian Tooth Fairy has come for all your teeth!
Well, he's a bad moon.
In fact, this is the only Merc Boy that actually does war. And no, I don't talking well care at the fact that the Heavy Talker Flash Kit is pantomiming you me winching. To me, a war is a war, and this kit wars.
Yeah.
Next, the Heavy Talker Flash Kit is the only Merc Boy that fights with their fists. The purest form of face-to-face crumping that there is. I might be a bad moon sport, but even I got to admit that when it comes to a proper scrap, There ain't nothing more primal and meaningful for an orc than to punch a git right in the face. That's proper orky.
Put him up,
But also speaking as a bad moon, also goes to say that the heavy talker flash git is also the most bad moons you all's ever did see. Want me to prove it? Just watch the Meet the Git video with this lad.
Fair. He brags about how expensive his gun is.
I am heavy weapons guy,
Hi.
and this is my weapon.
Yeah.
She weighs 150 kilograms and fires 200.
150 kilograms is like 300. I've never actually like clued in. That's like a 300-pound. That thing weighs more than most men. Oh my god.
dollar custom tool cartridges at 10,000 rounds per minute. It costs $400,000 to fire this weapon for 12 seconds.
How many teeth is that?
Let's hear. And the conversion rates carry the 5. Sold me. That's a lot of teeth, that is. So,
He doesn't even give you the teeth counter.
just to clarify, not only does this kit use the biggest talker that the Merc Boys got, not only does their talker shoot the most bullets, the fastest of any of the Merc Boys, but it costs many teeths worth of human currency just to shoot the Zolgan thing for 12 seconds. That's the most bad moons things that I've ever seen from an Yumi. Big, shooty, expensive. That's bad moons to the Zolgan core.
Gimgam approves.
Watch this in right here.
Some people think they can outsmart me. Maybe.
Outsmart
I've
this
yet to meet
motherfucker.
One that can outsmart a bullet.
That's it. It's perfect.
Yeah. Once again, just because you're dumb doesn't mean that you're not a master at your craft.
That's all I needed to Zolgan here. Thinking? No, that's for little kids and oomies. But this is the most pure bad moons way. Head empty, only talker. And it's so true. There ain't a git out there in the galaxy that can outsmart talker. Hey? What do you mean that ain't the only thing that makes the heavy talker flash git orky? What does all else is then?
Fair.
That's it. That's all I need is all can see. The heavy talker flash git wins. Ain't nothing in the galaxy's gonna be more orky than them when it comes to anything relating to Yumis. But what do you kids think? Is the Team Fortress 2 Merc Boys orky?
Didn't even bring up the sandwich. Didn't even bring up the eating a sandwich to heal himself. Didn't even talk about that. I'm disappointed.
Actually, no. I don't talking well care. They is. And if you says that they ain't, you is stupid.
Agreed.
A proper shout out to old
That was fantastic, Gimgam. You magnificent son of a bitch. Love ya. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been amazing. Remember, go watch the original video. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Tell me what to watch next. I don't know. We got some plans here. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Hey, did you enjoy that? Was it funny? Well, come and check it out live over on twitch.tv/freeform_art. Make sure you put the _art. We have lots of fun there. We enjoy ourselves, and we want to see you over there. So come on and hang out. See you in a bit.